Hey Pokemon Masters, Toby here, and there's something up with Leon. I mean, this guy, undefeated champion of the Galar region, you beat him pretty easy, didn't you? He's just so perfect with his fantastic hair and his, massive cape. The rival's brother who only you can overcome. Oh, it's such a perfect story. It's a shame it's all a lie. Let's dig into this Pokemon theory and the conspiracy behind Leon. So, Pokemon Masters, as I was saying, Leon, he's got the hair, he's got the cape, he's got the Dracopult. I mean, what more do you need? He's got everything he needs to have adoring fans and power and popularity. And according to the league card of Mustard, the previous champion, Mustard was the champion for 16 years before Leon came along and kicked his butt. And actually, speaking of Mustard, we learned from playing the Isle of Armor that Leon trained there, and possibly his G-Max Charmander is the Charmander that kind of completes the trio with Bulbasaur and Squirtle, so that's kind of nice. But hold up a sec, Pokemon Masters, because lest we forget that Leon was probably the second closest person to Chairman Rose next to Eliana. Chairman Rose, the main villain of the game, and it's kind of a switcheroo in Sword and Shield because you expect Team Yell to be the villains, and then of course they are not. Here comes the oh so obvious Chairman Rose with his plan for saving the world. Actually, not a bad guy. But he's going to do it by causing an event called the Darkest Day, which even if the logistics aren't that dangerous, I don't know, it's just a Pokemon waking up. It is called the Darkest Day, so it's implied that it's pretty evil and it's up to you in the games to stop it. Chairman Rose, by the way, good friend to have. This guy is the richest guy, clearly, in all of Galar. I think he owns all of the stadiums. He's built Rose Tower. He basically built Wyndon out of nowhere. He used to work in the mines of Galar. He set up power plants everywhere. Him and his team Macrocosmos have this kind of laboratory underneath the centermost point of the region where they do experiments on Eternatus. And from Eternatus, they've been producing power across the entire region, and you can imagine that the person who's doing that for the whole region, yeah, that's a pretty wealthy guy, probably the most powerful guy, given that Galar doesn't really have any royalty. Their royalty was depicted in Legends, and we do meet some of their ancestors, but there's nobody on the throne. The throne, the castle of Galar, Hammerlock, is now a stadium. So if there's a king to the stadium, it is the chairman who runs those games. Chairman Rose is the metaphorical king of the roses, the king of Galar. So naturally, what's this got to do with Leon? Well, throughout the story, Leon is constantly talking to Chairman Rose and working alongside him whenever there's an issue, whether it's a power surge or a Pokemon going Dynamax or Gigantamax. You're not to worry about it. No. You should just continue with your gym challenge. Continue to be part of the system. Your good buddy Leon's gonna cover it. And he might protest innocence, I have no idea what Chairman Rose is up to. But I mean, come on, Leon's noticed nothing of Chairman Rose's plans over the years. The guy has a laboratory where he experiments on Eternatus underneath Hammerlock Stadium. And that's a place that Leon's going to be very familiar with, given that his league rival Raihan, his rival and good friend, that's where they're at all the time. So Leon's going to be there from time to time, doing those challenges and doing those battles. And in fact, at the end of the game, Chairman Rose basically outright tells Leon his plan and is like, Leon, you gotta get on board with this. And Leon's like, dude, we'll talk about this later. I got my gym challenge. So I think he knows what Chairman Rose is up to and is possibly even helping to cover up for Chairman Rose. But why would he do this? Especially because, like I say, he opposes Chairman Rose at the end of the game when it comes to initiating the Darkest Day. Well, I do think that Leon wanted the Darkest Day to happen. I just don't think that I think he betrayed Chairman Rose. Because as well as telling you not to worry about the problems in the region, that he'll deal with it as the adult with Chairman Rose and that you should just continue on in the gym system, don't worry about any of that. As well as all of that, my suspicions arose when watching this scene, where Leon attempts to stop Eternatus. He's already battled Eternatus to wear it down, and then he tries to catch Eternatus. Except wait, no he doesn't, and no he didn't. Eternatus is at full health when you battle it. In fact, you have to battle it twice before it goes down. And as for trying to catch it, is that a Pokeball, Leon? Really, the champion who's trying to stop a disastrous event that he would know all about because Chairman Rose filled him in on that plan. You're telling me that you're not going to use your Master Ball here? You definitely have one, you're the champion. The champions of the Galar region are given a Master Ball by Professor Magnolia, and in fact, throughout all of Pokemon's history, the people who own Master Balls tend to be professors bestowing them to champions, and evil team members. And again, Leon is a champion, he knows Professor Magnolia pretty well, and his good buddy Chairman Rose is the real bad guy of the region. So what would he stand to gain from kind of letting the darkest day happen a little bit? And not dealing with it himself properly right away, letting you do it, betraying Chairman Rose to kind of let this thing go down. But ultimately, it would be so he could say to the police and everything, nothing to do with me, it was all Chairman Rose's plan. Lock him up. Oh, look at that. I, Leon, seem to be the sole inheritor of Rose Tower, aka the Battle Tower. The wealthiest man in all of Galar is suddenly behind bars, and his entire company, who does it go to? Not Eliana, apparently. In fact, in the post-game of Sword and Shield, she seems to have been ousted from the company. She's in a mine in Galar. Why is she there? Why is she not running Rose Tower? Rose Tower, as we see in the animated series, is a whole building with people working there. But the reason why is because chaos is a ladder. And with Chairman Rose out of the way, Leon can step in to take the throne. And again, we're talking about a metaphorical throne here. But the symbolism of being king is right there on Leon. He has the sword and shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield on his shirt. The cape is his Isle of Armor, and his cap is his crown, with a literal crown shape in there. And in fact, one of his main Pokemon is Aegislash. A Pokemon specifically designed for people who are destined to be kings. Just check out its Pokedex entry. And if all of that isn't enough for you, if all of that is feeling too speculative, then I invite you again to one more time look at the league card of our good buddy Mustard, the person that Leon defeated. Mustard, after 16 years of being champion, undefeated as well, decided to resign because the chairman at the time wanted Mustard to win a rigged match. We have no reason to believe that that chairman at the time was not Chairman Rose, wanting Mustard to win a rigged match against Leon, but when Mustard wouldn't do it, Mustard retired. And Leon, over the years, with the great power and influence of Chairman Rose, we already know he's a bad guy with ulterior motives. You don't think that Leon has had at least a few of his matches rigged? After all, the moment Chairman Rose isn't about and the matches can't be rigged, you're able to beat him first try. And that's okay for Leon, because he no longer needs that fake power that Chairman Rose provided, because he has the real power that Chairman Rose had, hence his new kind of regal outfit as the king of the Battle Tower. But Leon better be careful, because Aegislash's Pokedex entries also talk of one other thing. How once upon a time a king with an Aegislash ruled over the land, but eventually the Aegislash drained the life force of that king. And I suspect that Leon won't be ruling for much longer. I guess we'll find out in the Crown Tundra. So that's my Pokemon theory, those are my thoughts. You're gonna have to let me know yours, of course, in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and soar high, Pokemon Masters. Watch your back.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master.
A special shout out and thank you to those of you going above and beyond to support this channel on Patreon. A massive thank you to my big patrons of the month, Nick Charles, Gunnar Clovis and Bob Shmack. Thank you.